guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the first baby update for baby Leonardo. His 1 month update. Today we're gonna chat about him, how it has been for us as a family having a newborn, and we're gonna talk about how I have been feeling postpartum, so stick around. And if you're new here, my name is Karyna. I'm a full-time mom. I have a daughter whose name is Michaela. She's 2.5, and this baby who is currently nursing over here is a little over 1 month old as I'm filming this. And if you're interested in motherhood content, if you'd like to hear my experiences, tips and tricks, ideas that could potentially make motherhood and fatherhood a bit easier on you, then consider subscribing, hit the bell icon. I post every single Thursday. And now let's get into this update. I'm not even sure where to start. I have so much to say, but first thing I want to say is that having a toddler and a newborn shows you that newborns are so easy. At least that's what my experience have been with Michaela. The first month was a total blur. I don't remember everything, but it feels like Leonardo has been an easier baby. Probably it's because I'm a second-time mom and I know this whole newborn thing. I did not know anything about it before. I mean, I researched, and I watched some videos, but you are never ready until you actually go through it. So with Leonardo, everything has been great. He has been nursing perfectly. He has latched perfectly almost right away. He has figured it out fast. He has been gaining weight very good, and we have been enjoying him all this month. And he is so much bigger than Michaela is. If you watched my birth story, I told you that he's a big boy. He was born 8 pounds and 14 ounces at 38 weeks. So he's actually wearing a size 0 to 3 months clothes, and he's fitting pretty good at 3 to 6 months clothes. So this is crazy. He's wearing size 2 diapers now, and I feel like we're gonna move to size 3 quite soon. So he's certainly a big boy and continuing growing a lot, and he's currently milk drunk over here. I'm gonna try to show him to you. Let me see. I don't want to have a speed up on me, but we might end up getting it. Here he is, my little newborn. So as you probably can see here, we have plenty of baby acne and cradle cap on top of it, but it doesn't seem to bother him. Here is a burp. Good job. Okay, he's obviously not in the mood. Looks like he's not done nursing. So the only bump on the road we had so far is the pus that has been draining from his eyes. So we thought he might have like pink eye, like infection, but he was seen by a doctor. He was actually about 2 weeks old, so it's an old story already. Although right now his other eye is starting to drain some pus as well. So they think it's a clogged tear duct. Their tear ducts are not developed enough yet, and I'm not sure how all that works, but the doctor assumed that it's not infection for sure, but it's probably happening because there is like a clog in the duct there in his eyes. So actually it was one eye, and it was pretty bad, but it went away. He told me to do some massages, and he gave us some ointment, which we only used for a couple of times, and then I saw that his eye started to get a little pink, which around it, the skin around it. So I stopped it and it went away, and now it's happening to the other eye. So I'm just keep doing some massages that he showed me. Hopefully it helps. But other than the eye problem and the baby acne, cradle cap, it was great. He's filling his diapers, sleeping, nursing. He definitely went through one growth spurt at 3 weeks. Actually, it happened to him closer to 4 weeks, because babies don't always go through growth spurts in the same time. Like I told you in one of those videos that I made about breastfeeding, cluster feeding, I will link it down below and over here. The growth spurts and milk crisis happens around 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months, and 6 months. That's where you can see your baby nursing more and becoming fussy because they went through growth spurt, and your milk supply have to adjust, so they need to keep nursing and cluster feeding. So I think he might be entering his second growth spurt around 6 weeks. He's actually 6 weeks old today, so he's about 1.5 months old as I'm filming this. But I am able to put him down when he sleeps. Sometimes he has 3 and 2 hour stretches still of sleep. In the beginning, the first week, he would sleep for 2-3 hours in a swing, in a bassinet, and I would be getting things done so easily. I felt so blessed, so grateful. Now it's a little bit harder, but he still can sleep, not in my arms, but in a Duct or swing or bassinet. When he's swaddled, he loves to be swaddled, and we use those easy swaddlers for him. So helpful. Also white noise, and he sleeps at least one big stretch in the last 2 or 3 weeks. But as I remember with Michaela, that was not the case at all. I'm not sure what was it. I was not doing something right. I actually was not swaddling her. I saw that she didn't like it. We did not use white noise at that point. And honestly, maybe the fact that she went through NICU made it harder on us because she constantly wanted to be in my arms after the separation we had, and I had harder time recovering, which this time around my postpartum is a dream, you guys. I'm so grateful. Like, my afterbirth journey has been just ideal, I think. Of course, I can only compare it to my first time, plus as if you have been around, you know that my daughter went to NICU for 5 days, and they took her there in ambulance right away after she was born. She was full term. She just swallowed some fluids when she was getting out. So I went through hell, honestly, in the beginning. So probably that influenced also like my mental state and everything. But this time I felt so good mentally and physically. I also had less tears this time. I also had 2nd-degree tear, but only one. Last time I had 3 of them. Maybe the fact that I have a toddler that have to be taken care of kept me up more, and I was moving more, which is not good at the beginning. You should be resting, and I did for a few days, but I just felt myself, and I kept being so thankful that I don't have that huge belly, that I'm comfortable doing things with my toddler, that I'm comfortable picking up something that just fell on the floor. I was noticing it every moment, and I still do actually. My bleeding stopped pretty soon again compared to the first time. It stopped at about like 4 weeks, and I started exercising at 4 weeks. My exercise is not consistent yet because of something that I'm about to share with you, but being back to exercise and feeling actually very good about it and pretty strong for being postpartum makes me feel good as well. And it's really hard to find time, but really 5-10 minutes, it's all I can have sometimes, but it just feels good to have the time for myself and starting to work on getting stronger, and in general it just brings me better mood. But why I had to take breaks is mastitis. I have been dealing with mastitis this time multiple times. So mastitis is an infection in your breast, and it's supposed to happen after the clogged milk duct did not resolve and then it got infected. I don't know what is happening this time. I did have some clogged milk ducts, but he took care of it, so I was just treating them as I did with Michaela, which with Michaela I had a couple of clogged milk ducts, but way later, not in the newborn stage. So this time my breast just got red, and I had fever and feeling sick, very sick, and body aches from nowhere. There was no clogged milk duct before in that area. So I was thinking to call my doctor, but then it went away first time. And then at my 4 weeks, 1 month postpartum appointment, I told her that the same spot that was red and painful that first time is getting painful again. And I told her I really don't want to feel that sick anymore because I can't take care of myself, my newborn, my toddler. And she suggested I take antibiotics. And those antibiotics are really hard to take, especially when you have kids. You have to take them every 6 hours, so 4 times a day, and then 2 hours after food, 1 hour before food. And it's hard to eat for me, to find time to eat. So it was really hard taking those for 10 days, but I did. And I took my last pill. My other breast got red and painful, and I got fever again. Can you believe it? I was so pissed. How come? And I called my doctor, and she basically said to treat it the same way, go with another course of antibiotics. But I decided to hold on a little bit and see how it will go, because second time antibiotics and lack of sleep, I feel like my immune system is down, and just after just having a baby, and you know, we're in pandemic currently. So I was like, okay, I don't want to put my body through this again. Let's see. I hope it resolves. If it doesn't, if it gets worse, I will totally take the medicine. But it went away. It actually happened just recently. So those mastitis stories are really bad, and obviously kept me away from exercise because I have been feeling so sick. And some days I just don't get enough sleep, and I don't have the energy to exercise because I just need to keep that energy to take care of my kids. And yes, they do tell you that like you get the energy from the exercise, but when you are lacking sleep, I think that's not a great idea to exercise. And talking about my sleep, of course, we have a newborn, and he is waking up multiple times at night, and we are mostly co-sleeping, bed sharing already. And our toddler, Michaela, is going through adjustment period, and she wants to sleep with us again. And she comes at night multiple times. Of course, she sleeps next to her dad, so she doesn't touch the baby, but there is no space in the bed, and we don't have the energy to fight her at night and make sure she sleeps in her room, because she's having tantrums. She just keeps telling my husband that she wants to be with Mama and Leo. So it's hard. We don't know when we're going to break this new habit, but some nights are better than others. Because we're bed sharing, I'm able to get a little more sleep. And this time I jumped into bed sharing so much faster, and I'm so grateful that he's latching so good, and he's actually a bigger baby, so he's not like that fragile like Mika was. At least that's how it feels to me. And I'm able to breastfeed laying down almost straight away. I started doing that, and it has been great, because I don't know how it's possible to get any sleep if you wake up and feed your baby sitting down, and then you burp him, and then you rock him to sleep, and then you put him into his crib, and multiple times a night. I mean, unless your baby wakes up like once, maybe. The only thing that really bothers are diaper changes. I'm waiting for the time when he will stop needing diaper changes at night, and there are nights when he only needs a diaper change at like 6 in the morning, and that feels great. I feel like I have like solid sleep. But some nights are really bad, of course, because he would be up more often, or he would need multiple diaper changes, and my toddler would come multiple times, things like that. So I'm not sleep deprived, but some days are hard. Especially they were hard in the very beginning, because I wasn't able to sleep in the hospital the first and the second night, because, you know, they come and check on you, and the baby is brand new, and he wasn't latching properly in the first 2 days. So the first week or two were extremely hard sleep-wise. I felt sleep deprived, but then it got better. So I'm not getting my hopes up. I don't think that he's gonna be like sleeping through the night in the next month or anything like that. I went through this with Michaela. She doesn't sleep through the night still. She used to before he was born. I hope she comes back to that as soon as possible. But I'm just waiting for those diaper changes to stop. I don't honestly remember when I stopped changing Michaela's diapers, at what age, at night. But Other than that, I'm feeling great when I don't have mastitis on those days. But like I told you, in a little over a month, I had mastitis 3 times. There is something else that I think contributes to feeling good, is my diet. I do it a lot, especially when I'm off medication. I am able to eat here and there, and mostly those meals are snacks. Maybe it will not let me lose the weight, but it keeps me energized as much as it possible. The good food. We don't eat any junk. I had my birthday recently, so we had cake, and it was gluten-free and dairy-free because that's what my diet is right now. I'm cheating a little here and a little bit there, and he's fine with that, but I'm staying dairy-free and gluten-free for the most part for myself because I feel better like that. And the cake for my birthday, it was gluten-free and dairy-free, but there was a ton of sugar in there, and I ate a lot of cake for the next week or so because it was big. So those days I really felt not very good. So not eating sugar, in my case not eating dairy and gluten, really helps me a ton. And I'm sure that eating junk food, which I know there is no time to cook and you always want snacks, just make sure you have healthy snacks and think of some easy meals. Try to keep something on hand all the time. It really makes such a huge difference. Again, first time around, I think I was eating much more sugar and I was eating lots of bread, I was eating gluten, and it did not make me feel good. So I'm trying my best to stay healthy, to keep eating good foods that can keep me in a good mood and energized, and I suggest you do the same because I really feel a huge difference. But other than that, I think I shared everything I wanted. If you have any other questions to ask me, let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. I'll try to make those updates every month, so we'll see how that goes. But let me know, are you interested in monthly updates, postpartum and baby? And thank you for being here, thank you for sharing this journey with us, and I want to wish you to have happy and healthy babies. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.